Yeah, good morning to one and all. Yeah, today we are going to discuss about the mining geology. Yeah, today we are going to learn about the mining geology. So in this mining geology, there are certain topics today we are going to cover. So in which we have the syllabus here in this mining geology. So yeah, this is your syllabus of mining geology. So in black one, the mining geology which covers the introduction of mining geology, methods of breaking rocks, open cast mining methods, and coming to black 2, mining geology 2, in which we are going to cover the underground mining methods, mine drainage and pumping, mining environmental issues. In black 3, ore dressing. So in which introduction to ore dressing, crushing, grinding, and seizing methods, the classification and concentration methods of ore dressing. So these topics comes under in black 3, ore dressing, and ore dressing black 4, ore dressing 2. In this, we are going to cover the gravity and flotation concentration methods, magnetic and electrical separation methods, and flow sheets for important ores and model question papers. So this is your question paper. So in which the first one we'll see that today we are going to see the basic fundamentals, then important terminology about the mining geology. So as we know, the mining geology. So mining means extraction of valuable ores from the earth crust. So mining is a process of extraction. Mining is a process of extraction of valuable ores from the earth crust. So mining geology deals with the various concepts of mining methods. So mining is a process of extraction of a valuable or economic ores from the earth crust. So this mining geology, which is going to deal with the various concepts of mining methods. So different types of mining methods, and there are two types of minings. One is open cast and another one is underground mining. So the process of mining starts with the breaking of rocks and extraction of ores. As we know, the process of mining starts with the breaking of rocks and extraction of ores, breaking of rocks and extraction of ores. So these unit which may include this introduction of mining geology, methods of breaking of rocks, and open cast mining methods. So in this first block, we have three topics: Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. So in the first unit, we'd like to learn about the introduction and mining geology, and the methods of breaking rocks, and open cast mining methods. So these are the different types of various methods which you are going to cover under this block 1. So as we know, the major concept, mining is a process of extraction. Mining is a process of extraction of valuable minerals. The valuable minerals in terms of, we can call it as ore minerals. Yes, the valuable ores from the earth crust. From the earth crust. So this mining geology, this mining geology covers, it deals with the various aspects or various concepts which related to mining methods. So what type of mining methods are there? So majorly we have two types of mining methods. They are open cast mine and underground mining. So in which the process of mining starts with the breaking of rocks and extraction of ore minerals. So this is a simple introduction about the mining geology. See, so in which we are going to learn about the first unit, introduction mining geology. So in which we are going to cover, so what is the objectives of mining geology? What are the about the introduction of mining geology and mining terminology, open cast mining terminology, and where as well as underground mining terminology and summary. So these are the major topics which you are going to cover in the first unit, introduction of mining geology. So see, the major objectives of mining geology is, after studying this unit, you should able to learn, you should able to answer. So describe the mining methods. What type of methods are there in the mining? So describe the mining methods, you came to know that, and define open cast mining, and explain the terminology associated with the mining. So whatever the terms which are related to mining geology, all these terms and introduction and major objectives you are going to learn by studying this unit of introduction to mining geology. So as we know, the mineral deposits are a natural accumulations of minerals. The mineral deposits are a natural accumulation of minerals in the earth. So these mineral deposits are accumulated So here, generally, the mining terminology, mostly we would like to learn about in this mining geology aspect, mostly where the mining approach. So whenever you possibility there is a scope for mineral deposits in the earth crust, then we go for the mining activities. So this mining geology deals with the various mining aspects and the concept of mining methods. So what are the different concepts about the mining methods? How we are going to extract the way of mining methods? All these things we are going to we are going to learn from this chapter, mining geology. So here, generally, whatever the things we are going to be studied in this mining geology, all these criteria which are going to be seen, the various methods. So the mineral deposits are the natural accumulations. So as we know, generally the mineral deposits are the natural accumulations of minerals in the earth, from which one or several minerals can be extracted at the present time or in an immediate future. So the mineral deposits are formed by various geological processes such as magmatic, hydrothermal, sedimentary, and metamorphic process. If these deposits mined profitably are called ores. So they can be either metallic or non-metallic. So here generally the mineral deposits. So the mineral deposits are the natural accumulations of minerals. So the deposits which are accumulation of minerals naturally in the earth, from which one or several minerals can be extracted. From this process, one or more minerals can be extracted the present time or in an important, which are maybe is in immediate future responses. The mineral deposits are formed by the various geological processes. So the mineral deposits are a natural accumulation of minerals. The natural accumulation of minerals. These mineral deposits are formed by the geological processes such as magmatic process, hydrothermal process, sedimentary process, and metamorphic process. So these are the major processes by which the mineral deposits are formed. The mineral deposits are takes place by these methods of geological process. So if these deposits mined profitably, when we are going to extract of these minerals at a profitable extraction, then we can say those minerals are economic minerals. Yes, it means a ore mineral or an economic mineral. It means when we can able to extract at profitable benefit a mineral from which one or more metals can be extracted at profitably, then we can say such minerals are economic minerals or ore minerals. So they can be either metallic or non-metallic. So from these minerals, we can extract maybe metallic ones or non-metallic ones. So such minerals we can call it as ore minerals. It means in the present scenario, whatever the deposits we are extracting from the earth crust, that should be profitable. When it is profitable, then we can call it as economic importance or economic minerals, such as simply we can say the ore minerals. So that is why the ore minerals are the minerals which we can extract to one or more metals or non-metals along with the gangue. So it's aggregate of minerals along with the gangue, associated with the gangue minerals, which are called ore minerals. So what is metallic minerals? What is metallic mineral? Let us see what is metallic minerals. Here, the metallic minerals generally these deposits can consist consist of valuable metals. Consist of valuable metals such as nickel, copper, zinc, lead, and gold, etc. The metallic minerals must be broken apart and chemically processed to extract the useful metal from the mineral. So the metallic minerals are the deposits can consist of valuable metals. So the deposits which can consist of valuable metals such as nickel, copper, zinc, iron, isn't it? Copper, lead and zinc. Yes, all these gold, etc. The metallic minerals must be, etc. These metallic minerals must be broken apart and chemically processed to extract the useful metal from the mineral. So sometimes, generally, the magma containing dispersed minerals was forced towards the Earth's surface through fissures. So superheated brines dissolved metallic elements which flowed into some of these cracks and forms vein deposits. The important types are discussed, which is in the various amounts of materials. So the metallic minerals are the minerals which are ore minerals are having metallic ones. Metallic minerals. Yes, the metallic mineral deposits are the deposits which are having or which are consisting a valuable metals such as iron, copper, lead, zinc, isn't it? Gold, silver, all these metallic minerals which are must be broken apart and chemically processed to extract the useful metal from the mineral. To extract the metallic minerals or metallic ones, to extract the metals from the ore mineral, it useful from the mineral. Sometimes magma containing a dispersed minerals. So dispersed means they are scattered, just they are spreading throughout the rock. Sometimes it happens due to the magmatic consolidation. Yes. So sometimes the magma containing a dispersed minerals was forced up towards the earth's surface through fissures. So these magma, it has been dispersing. The minerals was forced up towards the earth's surface through fissures. As we know, the earth crust, it has some places, it has the weaker zones where the fractures are available, where the, what you can call it as fault, fold, faulting, folding, such type of structural features which may seen, which are the weaker zones. So from these weaker zones, the magmatic eruptions or magmatic materials are going to be forced up to along through these weaker zones to the earth surface. So the important types are discussed generally. The fuel minerals. So in these metallic minerals, we have again the some of the fuel minerals. So as we know, the fossil fuels. Yes, fuel minerals. So fuel minerals are formed from the remains of living organisms. The fuel minerals are formed from the remains of living organisms that were transformed over time by heat and pressure into coal, oil, or natural gas, etc., which are called fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. As we know, the fuel minerals. So these fuels are formed from the remains. The fuels are formed from the remains of living organisms. The remains of organisms, the remains of organisms, either animals or planty materials or vegetative materials, material that were transformed over time by heat and pressure. These vegetative materials are living organisms. When the living organisms are lead to die or they are decay and destruction, then after they are going to transform over time and heat over time they are going to transform over time by heat and pressure into coal. So these vegetative material or these the remains of plant and animal organisms which are going to transform over the span of time by heat and pressure into coal, oil, means petroleum, natural gas, etc., which are all called as fossil fuels. The fossil fuels are the materials which are obtained. The fossil fuels are obtained from the remains of plants and animal organisms when they are converted or transformed over a span of time by heat and pressure to form coal, yes, oil, natural gas, etc., which are called fossil fuels. They are the fossils, the remains of plant and animal. As we know, the fossils. What does it mean by fossil? The remains of plant and animal organisms which are preserved in the sediments is known as fossil. Yes, the fossils are the remains of plants and animal organisms. As we know, so the plants and animal organisms which are going to be preserved. It means all the parts may not be preserved, but some parts of animal, some parts of plant body, or some parts of animal body which are going to be preserved in the sediments, which are called as fossils. So all these aspects we are going to be considered some of the parts of the plant body or animal body which are going to be remaining or preserved in the sediments. So rest of the parts, Rest of the parts which are going to be dissolved or which are going to be chemically decomposed, and they are become as a solutions. But all the parts of body or either animal or plant may not be remain or may not be occur as fossil. So some hard parts. So these hard parts which are only remaining, the rest of the soft parts are very soft and smooth parts which are going to be dissolved by chemical reaction. They are become as a solutions. So they may not occur as fossil. But the hard, if you take plant, the woody material, mostly the stem parts and the branches and stems which are going to be remaining as fossils. But rest of the parts of leaves, flower pots, all these, they are going to be very simply dissolved in the water. So it means, even if you take animals also, even the fleshy material, the smooth and fleshy material which is going to be dissolved, which is going to be chemically affected, and the hard parts, mostly the skeletal part and bony material, which are going to be remain in the sediments. So all these things which are going to be considered while going to become as a fossils. So fossilization methods, it needs some requirements to being a fossil. Fossilization is a process of making a fossil, the remains of the remains of plant body or animal body or living organism body when they lead to die. So in all these aspects which are going to be studied very clearly. So in which the things which are going to be need to be takes place, where the fossil fuels which are going to formed by the remains of plant and animal organisms, when they are transformed into when they are transformed when they are transformed over a time by heat and pressure, converted to coal, oil, as well as natural gas, etc., which are called fossil fuels. And a majority of these minerals. So here, generally, these all the different type of minerals, fossil fuels, which are going to be studied very clearly. All these minerals which are going to be seen. So where the possibilities are there. So whenever these possibilities which are going to be seen in respective to the manner, all these fossil fuels which are going to be observed in the aspect of when these preservation of the hard parts in the sediments mostly, which is going to be associated. So as we see, the fossils mostly they are associated with the sediment rocks. This is very common and characteristic feature of fossils. Most of the fossils which are preserved in the sediments. So why? Because whatever the organisms after they lead to die, so these organisms are by the geological agents, they are going to be transformed into low-lying areas or lakes and oceans and ponds, etc. So in the aspect of these, so they are going to be finally deposited in the low-lying areas like lakes and oceans and seas. So that at the same time, it is also these river water or ocean, the glaciers are all which are going to be carry the particles. So it means the sediments and vegetative materials are living organisms after they lead to die. The died organisms and sediments which are going to be transported together and they are deposited in the oceans or lakes. So that whatever the fossils which are preserved within the sediment rocks only. That is why most of the fossil assemblages or fossils are associated with the sedimentary rocks mostly. So the nuclear minerals, mostly the nuclear minerals such as pitchblende, uraninite, thorionite, monazites, etc., are formed by inorganic process. So the fossil fuels, most of the fossil fuels which are formed by the remains of plant and animal organisms. But the nuclear minerals such as pitchblende, the pitchblende is a nuclear mineral, and uraninite. thorionite, which blend uraninite, thorionite, monazite, etc. are formed by the inorganic process. So these are the nuclear minerals which are formed by the inorganic process. Inorganic process nothing but chemical solutions by the chemical weathering. Chemical weathering, the solutions are formed. These solutions lead to nuclear minerals. Then coming to industrial minerals. Industrial minerals, the name itself indicating those minerals are very important and as well as they are the raw materials for the industries. Such minerals are called industrial minerals. As we see, the industrial minerals are geological materials. The industrial minerals are the geological materials which are mined for their commercial value. The industrial minerals are the geological materials which are mined for their commercial value, which are not fuel. Fuel minerals are mineral fuels. Fuel minerals are mineral fuels. They are not, which are not fuels. So the industrial minerals are the geological materials. These are the geological materials which are mined for their commercial value. Industries means for commercial, for sake of commercial value. So they are the mined out for their commercial value, which are not fuel. Which are not fuel. Fuel metals are mineral fuels and are not source of metals. And these which are not fuel and are not source of metals, isn't it? So the industrial minerals are the geological materials which are mined for their commercial value. So these are not fuel as well as a source of metals, but are used in the industries based on their physical and chemical properties. So these geological materials which are used in the industries based on their physical and chemical properties. They are used in their natural state. They are used in their natural state or after beneficiation, either as raw materials or as additives. So these industrial minerals which are used in the industries based on the based on their physical and chemical properties. What is the chemical property of that geological material? What is the physical property of that material? Based on that, they are going to be used in the various industries. So these industrial minerals are used in the a natural state. Some industrial minerals are used in the natural state or after beneficiation. After beneficiation, either as a raw material or as additives in a wide range of applications. So the wide range of application they are going to be used in the whereas in the additives. So typical examples of industrial rocks and minerals are limestone. So what are the geological materials which are used in the industries? They are limestone, clay, sand, gravel, diatomite, kaolin, bentonite, silica, barite, gypsum, and talc. So these are the very good example for the industrial materials. Industrial minerals or industrial materials. So these industrial materials which are used in the industries for the commercial value. In the large scale, we are going to be use these minerals in a large scale, in a lump sum amount, in a large amount for the industries in the sake of industrial levels. So it means the industrial minerals are not fossil fuels, are not the source of metals, are not the source of metals. So these are used in the industries based on their physical, chemical properties. So they are used in the industries, depends upon the physical character, this depends upon the chemical property. And they are also used, depends upon the all these parameters they are going to be looking. So these industrial minerals are going to be used in the industries for the as these minerals are used as raw materials, these minerals are used as additives, these minerals are used as another ingredients in the different industries. So the range of application is quite varies from the these geological materials. So The typical example for industrial minerals are industrial materials are or industrial minerals and rocks are limestone, clay, sand, gravel, dolomite, diatomite, kaolin, bentonite, silica, barite, gypsum, and talc are the very good minerals and rocks for the different types of industries. Some examples of applications of industrial minerals or construction. Some examples of applications of industrial minerals. What is the major applications of these industrial minerals are for the purpose of construction? Ceramics, paints, electronics, filtration, plastics, glass, and detergents and paper. So these industrial minerals which are going to be used, the applications of industrial minerals are for the construction. We need construction. We need the industrial minerals for the construction, for the making of ceramic industry, for painting industry, electronics industry, filtration, plastics, glass, detergent, and paper. All these are the different types of applications of industrial minerals. And structural minerals, I will see a structural mineral. These minerals are used mostly as construction materials. These are associated with the all types of rocks. So structural minerals, these are the minerals are used mostly as construction materials. Mostly as construction materials. These are associated with all types. These are associated with all types of rocks. This type are the products of river, wind, and glacial process. Example include sand, gravel, and clay. Structural minerals. Structural minerals. And the choice of mining methods depends on many factors, including. So the choice of mining methods. So what are the choices of mining methods depends on many factors. Many factors. So those factors which are including mostly shape of the ore body. So different choices of mining methods depends on many factors. So these mining methods which are going to depend on the many factors. So whatever the factors, let we see what factor we are going to determine, or we are going to decide the method of mining which you are going to apply. So shape of the ore body. So shape of the ore body depends upon the shape of the ore body. We are going to determine, and we are going to decide the type of method which you are going to apply. So it depends upon the mining methods, mostly shape of the ore body. So here is it ore body belongs to tabular, or the ore body belongs to cylindrical, or the ore body belongs to spherical, isn't it? So that depends upon the shape. That depends upon the shape of the ore body. So how it look like? Is it look like tabular form? Does it look like cylindrical form? Is it look like spherical form? This is one of the factor to decide the way of mining method. Then orientation of the ore body, in which sub horizontal and sub vertical. So the orientation of the ore body. This is shape of the ore body, tabular, cylindrical, and spherical. Orientation of the ore body, sub horizontal or sub vertical. It's not completely vertical, it's not completely horizontal. So it means sub horizontal or sub vertical. And continuity of the ore body. What is the continuity of the ore body? At what depth? Is it continue or is it discontinue? Or at what distance it has been extends? How much it has been extends the ore body? And size of the ore body. What is the size of the ore body? Is it some few millimeters to hundreds and thousand millimeters, or is it few millimeters to hundreds kilometers? So what is the size of the ore body? And ore grade. What is the grade of that ore body? Is it high grade or low grade? So depends upon the metal concentration in the ore mineral. We can calculate the ore bodies belongs to high grade or low grade. Depends upon the concentration of metal or non-metal present in it. So that is a grade. Then distribution of ore minerals within the ore body. Distribution of ore minerals within the ore body. So in this ore body, is it how it is distributed? The way of distribution of ore minerals within the ore body. So is it having entire ore body having the metallic concentration? Yes, ore minerals are present. Or what is the distribution? How they are distributed? So in which the massive or disseminated, massive or disseminated. So it means massive. Massive means it's a huge material, and disseminated means they are scattered, like what you can call it as they are spreading throughout the rock. So is it massive or disseminated? And depth of the ore body. What is the depth of the ore body? What is the depth of the ore body? At what depth the mineral deposit will be available from the earth surface? And thickness of overburden. So what is the thickness of overburden? Isn't it? So for example, if we get at a depth of 50 meters, we get the ore body. The 0 to 50 meters is the overburden. So what is the thickness of overburden? Is it few meters to 100 meters, or is it few meters to 100? What is like that? So what is the depth thickness of the ore body and depth of the ore body and strength of the ore body and overburden and host rocks? Strength of the ore body. What is the strength of the ore body? And overburden and overburden and host rocks. Host rocks. So this is also one of the criteria or factor to opt the mining methods. An area of land available. Area of land available for vast disposal. Open pit mines cover a larger surface area and generate a greater volume of waste So area of land available for waste disposal, open pit mines. So the open pit mines cover the area of land available. So how much area is available? Area of land available for waste disposal. As we know, the waste disposal, for the open pit mines cover a large surface area. It needs a large surface area to dispose the overburden material and generate a greater volume of waste. Impacts on surface. How these mining methods or mining ways which are going to be impact. So it is going to impact on environmental, impact on surface drainage, impact on subsurface aquifers, land use changes, and social. So these are the impacts which takes place during the mining methods. And the rehabilitation concerns. So what are the rehabilitation concerns of health point of view of people who are living in the surrounding of these mines and within the mine? Rehabilitation concerns and projected production rates and capital costs, rate of financial recovery, cash flow, safety concerns, mine safety and mine workers safety. Yes, mine safety and safety corners. So in this safety concerns, mostly mine safety and mine workers safety. So how the mine is safe and how the people who are working in a mine area. So mine worker safety is also one of the important aspect. Yes, it is also one of the important aspect to cover the people who are working in the mine. So these are the different types of factors which are going to scope or chances of mining methods. So all these factors which are resembling or representing the way of mining operation or the way of mining method which you would like to opted for extraction. It is shape of the ore body, orientation of the ore body, continuity of the ore body, size of the ore body, ore grade, high grade or low grade, distribution of the minerals within the ore body, depth of the ore body, thickness of overburden, strength of the ore body and overburden, and area of land available, and impacts on surface, means environmental rehabilitation concerns, projected production rates, and capital costs, rate of financial recovery and cash flow, safety concerns, mostly mine safety and mine worker safety. So these are the major factors which are going to affect the way of mining method should be needed to opted. Yes. So this is then coming to mining terminology. Construction of a building materials. So these are the mining terminology. These are the mining terminology. As we are seen, before going to mining geology, we need to know the different types of mining terminology in this geological aspect. So what is mine, what is quarry, what is quarrying? So these terms are very much required to before going to learn the mining geology. Yes, before going to learn the mining geology, we need to learn about these mining terminology. So the mining terminology is mine. Mine is a place, yes, where geological metal can be extracted. So where we are going to extract the economic minerals or ore minerals from the earth crust, that area or that place we can call it as mine. So mine is a place where geological material can be extracted. Mining is a process of extraction of geological material. Mining is a process of extraction of geological material. And quarry is a place where building material can extract. Quarry is a place where a building material can be extracted. Quarrying is a process of extraction of a building material. Quarrying is a mining and quarrying, both are the processes. So mining is a process of extraction of geological material from the earth crust. Quarrying is a process of extraction of building material. So mine is a place where geological material can extract. Quarry is a place where building material can extract, isn't it? They are very clear. Mine is a place where geological material can extract. ఎక్కడైతే మనం జియలాజికల్ మెటీరియల్ని కానీ అంటే ఐ మీన్ మెటాలిక్ మినరల్స్ని కానీ నాన్ మెటాలిక్ మినరల్స్ని కానీ ఫాజిల్ ఫ్యూయల్స్ని కానీ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ మెటల్స్ కానీ ఎక్కడైతే మనం భూమి నుండి కానీ భూమి యొక్క అంతర్భాగం నుంచి కానీ భూమి యొక్క లోపల నుండి కానీ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాము. వేర్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ ప్లేస్, మైన్ ఇస్ ఎ ప్లేస్ వేర్ వీ కెన్ extract geological material is called mine. Mining is a process of extraction. Mining is a process of extraction of geological material. Like quarry is a place where building material can extract. Quarrying is a process in which extraction of a building material. So these are the then open cast mining terminology. See the open cast mining terminology. So the terminology is very much essential and important to each and every student before going to learn the topics, isn't it? If you know the geological terminology or mining terminology respected to a specific deal, we can't, if you don't know the terminology, we cannot able to understand, we cannot able to follow the classes as it is. So the open cast mining terminology. So the open cast mining also called as surface mining. So the open cast mining or surface mining or the open pit mining or open cast mining is a surface mining techniques of extracting a rock or material from the earth by removal from an open pit or borrow, isn't it? The open cast mining Open cast mining or open pit mining or surface mining, all are similar words. Okay. Open cast mining or open pit mining is a technique, of extraction, is a technique of extraction of rock, technique of extracting rock or minerals from the earth. Open cast mining is a technique of extraction, is a technique of extracting rock or minerals from the earth by removal, from the earth by removal from an open pit or burrow. So the open cast mining is a technique. Open cast mining, open cast mining is a technique of extracting rock or mineral. Is a technique of extracting rock or minerals from the earth. Extracting rock or mineral from the earth by removal of open pit. By removal from open pit or burrow. And overburden. Overburden. In mining, overburden is the material that lies above the area of economic or scientific interest. So overburden, contain the burden. It is a burden on ore. It is a burden on ore. So overburden is a material which lies above the ore body. In mining, the overburden is the material that lies, overburden is the material that lies above the ore body, is known as overburden. Haulage, the horizontal transport of ore. Haulage is the horizontal transport of ore, coal supplies and waste is known as haulage. Haulage is the process of horizontal transport. Horizontal, I mean, whatever the material we are extracting, whatever the material we need to send, that material can be sent by horizontal or horizontal transport of ore or coal and supplies. So coal supplies and waste, so all the materials which we are extracted, if we are sending by using horizontal transport, that is called as haulage. And hosting, the vertical transport of the same as called hosting. So haulage and hosting. Haulage is the horizontal transport, hosting is the vertical transport. Cut-off grade. So it is the grade of ore below which it is considered that economic mining is not feasible. Cut-off grade and the grade we cannot use for economic point of view. So cut-off grade is a grade for ore below which it is considered that economic mining is not feasible. That economic mining is not feasible. Hence, it is only ore with values above the cut-off grade that is mined. And average grade. So the average grade is that a grade which is obtained by working out by arithmetic mean, giving a weightage to the quantities available in each grade, taking either the stopping width or the essay width as it is decided. So that is the average grade, that is which is obtained by working out the arithmetic mean, which is called average grade. And mill grade, it is a grade of ore which will ultimately be fed into the beneficiation plant. Mill grade is a grade of ore which will ultimately be fed into the beneficiation plant. Very often the mill grade will be higher than the average grade and necessarily higher than that cutoff. This is so because only ore of higher grade than the cutoff grade is mined. That is why, because of this, only the ore of higher grade than the cut grade, than the cutoff grade is mined. So this is mill grade. I will see this. This is a final bit of outline. I will see this. a final fit of outline which has been showing very clearly. So how the mining activities, yes, I will see this. This is a active pit outline. So final pit outline, this is active pit outline. Now this is berm interval. So this is a bench face. So the bench method, bench face. This is one bench, this is one bench, road and this is the road and ramp width. So what is and this is a footwall structure. And this is, I will see this, a toy of bench. This is toy of bench. This is crest of bench. This is toy of bench. This is crest of bench. This is bench slope. This is a bench slope angle. I will see this. This is a bench slope angle. So this is bench high. I will say this, how the slopes which has been comes under. So this is overall pit slope angle. This is the overall pit slope angle. So these are the different terms which you are going to use in the open cast mines. Okay. Yeah, we will see in the this figure 1.1 is showing a surface mine, and figure 1.2 shows the underground mine. I will see the difference between the underground mine and open cast mine. So quite different from the one another. Okay. Yeah, in the next class we'll try to learn more things in this from mining geology. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask. Okay, class is over. Thank you.